According to a series of government documents obtained by a hacking organization, a former Mexican Marine and ex-lieutenant for the iconic Sinaloa gang drug lord Ismael El Mayo Zambada is starting a new cartel. Carlos Enrique Martnez Cuesta, also known as El Marino, or L5, just left the Sinaloa Cartel, where he was one of the most trusted individuals under El Mayo, one of the most notorious crime groups he founded with Joaquin El Chapo Guzmán, who is now serving a life term in U.S. jail. Martinez deserted the Mexican armies, where he was serving as the driver for the commander of the 6th Naval Region in Colima, according to the report. So, in today's video, we'll be discussing Carlos Enrique Martnez Cuesta leaving the cartel and forming his own criminal organization. We'll also be discussing about how this news was leaked when Mexican government's documents got hacked. Stick with us to the end of the video to know more about our topic today. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. According to the documents, due to disagreements between two Sinaloa Cartel factions, one commanded by El Mayo and the other by El Chapo's sons, known as Los Chapitos, Martinez elected to go it alone and founded a new gang called Los Exiliados, the Exile. According to authorities, Martinez is now operating in the coastal city of Manzanillo in the state of Colima. The city's port is a significant entry point for illegal precursors coming from China to be used in the production of synthetic drugs, such as methamphetamine and fentanyl, both of which are cash cows for the cartels. Former military personnel in Mexico have a history of starting their own criminal organizations. The Zetas, one of Mexico's most vicious cartels, that is now nearly dead, was primarily founded by a group of former soldiers with specialized training. The Targets report, dated August 2022, comprises an email discussion between an active Mexican army officer in Colima and his counterpart in Mexico City. The email provides the entire names and faces of 6 top priority criminals for Mexican authorities, including Martinez. Martinez is currently one of the Mexican government's top arrest targets. Others included in the document include Juan Carlos Valencia, alias El Tres, and Julio Alberto Castillo Rodriguez, both of whom are related to the boss of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. The paper was released following a security breach at Mexico's defense ministry and was published by the Guacamaya organization. The hack is one of Mexico's largest, containing approximately 4 million private documents, principally emails from within the Mexican government. The Mexican government announced on Friday that it had suffered a huge cyber attack of military data, including information regarding President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's heart ailment, which led to his hospitalization in January. Speaking at a routine news conference, the president stated that information published in local media overnight from the defense ministry hack was authentic, and he corroborated revelations regarding his own health concerns. According to media sources, the hacker gained access to 6 terabytes of data from the defense ministry, including information about criminal figures, communication transcripts, and monitoring of the United States ambassador to Mexico, Ken Salazar. Previously, the hack revealed that Mexico's military sold hand grenades for the tactical equipment to drug gangs. On May 31, 2019, a military personnel sold 70 hand grenades to a criminal organization operator for 26,000 pesos apiece. It's approximately $1,300. According to the leaked paper, the criminal organization acknowledged payment for the 8 grenades delivered to Atlacamulco, Mexico State. In the document, Whites, dated August 2022, 66 members of 3 criminal groups were named as the perpetrators of the violent wave that is raging in Colima and Jalisco. According to the millions of documents leaked by the Guacamaya leaks, among those named is a former federal police agent, a former secretary of municipal public security, and a former driver of CMAR's 6th Naval Region. The report, on the other hand, indicated that there is a family that decided to form its own criminal organization. The names on the Sedena blacklist are Juan Carlos Valencia, alias El Tres, and Julio Alberto Castillo Rodriguez, who is the son-in-law of Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, alias El Mencho, leader of the CJNG. According to Mexican army investigations, the leader of the 4-letter cartel in Colima is identified as Jose Juan Torruco Ramos, alias El Padre, or El Apa, who operates with the Joaquin brothers, and is related to Joel Perez Cabrera, alias El Viejito, the former director of the public security in the municipalities of Villa de Ibares and Comala. Ricardo Ivan Larios Meja, alias El Tatan, and Jonathan Ricardo, alias El Puma, are also listed as alleged deserters from the Los Mezcales cartel. Daniel Corona Iglesias, alias El Suavecito, has been named as the head of the plaza in Comala, and has a former federal police agent Manuel Alejandro Ochoa Paz, alias El Marino, who now works in the town of Villa de Alvarez. Jose de Jes Jarcun LR-32 was identified at Manzanillo, as the leader of the CJNG following the arrest of his brother Aldrin Miguel, El Chaparrito. Cesar Enrique Das de Leon Soceda, El Lobito, and Fernando Zagal Anton operate in the port of Manzanillo. While at the Cuauhtémoc City, the subject in control is Alexis Salvador Valencia Rodriguez, aka El Malboro. Carlos Miguel Mercado Meraz, alias El Albiron, and Los Mezcales hitman and logistical operator in Colima and Villa de Ibarres. The organization's finance operator was identified as Guillermina Felicitas Brizuela Meraz, alias La Cantadora, and other operators and hitmen were also identified. Victor Alexander Torres Brizuela, El Camarón, and Jose Asael Vasquez Brizuela are their names. Edwin Manuel Olivares Cortez, El Morro, of the Sinaloa Cartel, was recognized as a source of violence in Manzanillo, as did Rogelio Lopez Rincon, El R2, who was held for crimes against health but freed owing to discrepancies in the search where he was apprehended. Carlos Enrique Martnez Cuesta, alias El Marino, is a key member of the Sinaloa Cartel who attempted to break away with the group Los Exiliados due to internal cell disagreements. He's also a deserter from the Secretary of the Navy, where he served as the head of the 6th Naval Region's driver. Documents stolen from Sedena show a supplier of weapons for a criminal group had a base of operations in Mexico City's Military Field 1 and another near the 8th Rainment in Almoyloa. They supplied grenades for 26,000 pesos and criminals placed orders for thousands of rounds of ammunition. The papers hacked from the Secretary of National Defense indicated that weapons were sold to criminals from the military camp number 1 in Mexico City. According to an intelligence assessment dated June 10th of 2019, Sedena was aware that a soldier offered tactical equipment and guns and grenades, as well as knowledge on military mobility and operations to a drug cartel cell stationed in Tehuilpilco, state of Mexico. Authorities established that the soldier linked to the criminal's base of operations in the town of Villa de Almoyloa de Juarez near the 8th Merchandised Regiment of Sedena, based on metadata analysis of military telephone equipment. Furthermore, the Sedena revealed in its private report that the supplier of weapons and tactical equipment is another suspected member of the Army, whose criminals refer to as Old, and who is based in Mexico City's military camp number 1. The identities of both servicemen were unknown at the time the intelligence report was written. According to another report dated June 24th of 2019, the soldier who supplied firearms to the criminal cell is an escort of a military leader known as the New Commander by the Crooks, and holding the rank of colonel. In the intercepted communications, the soldier informed a criminal group leader that he has a new employer for 2 weeks and that he's part of his entourage. His boss was a colonel from Tepalcatepec, Michoacan, who likes money, drinks, and is into everything, according to an intercepted communication anyways. And also, a criminal boss requested 2,000 rounds of ammunition for the AK-47 rifle, 5,000 for the R-15, and 50 magazines for each type of gun. Furthermore, the soldier offered to work with the criminals to find the regional prosecutor in Amecameca, because the murder was allegedly planned at the request of the criminal boss. More instances of corruption. The National Intelligence Center has revealed corruption of authorities in Jalisco and the state of Mexico, and with criminal gangs in earlier reports. In a January 2019 report, one of the cases described is that of an active agent of the Single Mixed Immediate Reaction Force, assigned to the Guadalajara metropolitan area, who, quote-unquote, acts as a liaison between leaders of the Jalisco cartel and authorities of the 3 spheres of government, federal, state, and municipal. He also has the responsibility of co-opting other public officials to extend the cartel's network of corruption, the article states. Another report, also dated January 2019, claims that a criminal cell operating in the state of Mexico is involved in local public works projects. Telephone intercepts, for example, revealed that on January 24th of 2019, a meeting with 2 mayors from the state of Mexico and criminal leaders were set to discuss the acquisition of garbage collection trucks. According to the military assessment, one of the corrupt leaders is interested in, quote-unquote, managing public resources in both municipalities and exchanging for funds to operate the corrupt cells. So this was all on Carlos Enrique Martnez Cuesta forming his own criminal organization, and how this news got leaked through hacking of Mexican government documents. We really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, tell us in the comment section below, what do you think Carlos Enrique Martnez Cuesta? Why do you think he formed his own clan? We'd love to know your thoughts. See you in the next one.